Secretary of State Rex Tillerson was at Stanford today, and he talked about North Korea.
He said economic sanctions against the country are working and provided some proof. ABC 7 News reporter David Louie has that and the strategy Tillerson is hopeful will eventually diffuse tension in the region.
Secretary Tillerson focused on plans to stabilize Syria in his speech at the Hoover Institution at Stanford. However, it was former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice who turned the conversation to the ongoing tension with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. That's when Tillerson provided some insight.
The level of communication that goes on between ourselves, South Korea, and China on this issue is pretty extraordinary. People would probably be surprised at how often we're on the phone with one another a week.
Tillerson believes China also recognizes it's facing a threat from North Korea's nuclear development and missile tests, despite a long history of economic support. Tillerson shared details provided at a meeting with a Japanese minister this week how North Korea is sending out fishing boats in hostile winter weather, but many crewmen are dying at sea and are unable to get home. Important feedback, he says, about the economic sanctions against North Korea.
They're being sent out in the wintertime to fish because there's food shortages. And they're being sent out to fish with inadequate fuel to get back. So we're getting a lot of evidence that these sanctions are really starting to hurt.
A Stanford senior says he embraces Tillerson's efforts at diplomacy set against the possibility of military action.
Having Secretary Mattis behind him with a strong military presence was important, but also emphasizing diplomatic efforts and the coordination of work with the South Koreans and the Chinese as well.
At Stanford, David Louie, ABC 7 News.